My husband just left me and our 4-month-old twins for an 18-year-old. I gave birth to twin boys 4 months ago and love them with all my heart. I thought my husband felt the same. He had been distant with me since even before my boys were born, but he seemed to love them. Over the weekend he revealed that he has an 18-year-old girlfriend and has now left to go live with her, saying he no longer wants to see our children again. I will be okay as a single mother in the sense that I was the one paying all our bills and was able to juggle working freelancer online and taking care of the kids, since my STBX didn't ever change a diaper but just played with them. But wow, my kids are going to grow up without a father. Maybe they're too young for it to hurt as much. I don't know. Where do I go from here? Will my kids be okay? Never imagined this. Ever. My God, your husband is a child. Walking out of his 2 babies for someone who is basically a child themselves. Your sons don't need that for a dad, but I hope someone is looking out for you and that other girl too. Well, first I would get the best divorce lawyer I could before your husband could claim any kind of spousal support, but you can claim child support. Your kids will be fine. They don't need a father, especially with the option being this asshole. But you have to be okay. That's the issue. Seek therapy to work through your feelings and move onward and upward. Also get that lawyer. Wow, I'm so sorry that happened to you. Sounds like your ex may be a groomer. I bet that girl just turned 18. But he knew her before she had her 18th birthday. You and your kids will absolutely be okay. By the sounds of it, you don't really need him in your life at this point. But I understand the grief you are feeling for losing this relationship. Just continue living your best life, be the best mom you can be for your boys. I wouldn't mention their dad unless they specifically ask about him, as he dropped you and them. Perhaps he didn't want the responsibility of fatherhood, but then he shouldn't have made you pregnant. I wish you and your kids all the best for the future. Hang in there, you got this. Your husband is a low-key pedo if he's an older guy. Just saying. Just because she's legal doesn't mean it's right. Get fully custody. Take him for child support. Disgusting. Sorry you have to deal with that. Go to a lawyer and tell them your husband has left you for an 18-year-old and sue him for child support and file for sole custody. He can say that he no longer wants to go see them, but that doesn't change the fact that he's the father and he should provide for his children. Make sure everything is handled by a lawyer. He has to contribute to your children and has to have strict visitation right. Don't let such a man get 50-50. My boyfriend, 24M, told me, 23F. He hates my boobs and it made me very self-conscious. I've been with my boyfriend, 24M, for about 2 years and we live together. Our relationship started off very slow due to my own wishes. I, 23F, was not comfortable showing him my body up until about the 6-month mark and he was totally cool with that and not pushy to get things sexual too quickly, which I really loved about him. I have very big boobs, 3/4 DDD, with a fairly small frame, 5 feet 2 inches and 130 pounds. So my boobs tend to be a big point of interest for most men. With most men paying a lot of attention to them in sexual encounters and just in general. He was never really like this, he did not pay attention to them that much, and I never really thought anything of it. I just thought he wasn't the type of guy to give boobs so much attention or as much attention as the other guys I've been with. Up until recently we came home after a party a little drunk and ended up having sex. Afterwards drunk me decided to ask him why he never pays attention to my boobs like other men and why he overall seems to have less interest in them than everyone else I've been with. His response to me was as follows, word for word, well to be honest I just do not like them. They are too big and your big nipples, areolas, make them unappealing to look at. I was absolutely taken aback by his comment and it really hurt my feelings and made me look at my physical appearance differently. This happened a few days ago and I do not even know how to bring up to him that what he said really hurt my feelings and I now look at myself differently than before. Since we live together I would tend to be around the house in comfortable clothing and frequently completely topless. I have not done this since his comment because now I feel unattractive and I feel like he does not want to see me like that. How do I talk to him about this? Too long did not read. My boyfriend told me he does like looking at my boobs and now I feel unattractive around him. How do I tell him that he really hurt my feelings and I now look at myself differently? You shouldn't look at yourself differently. You should be looking at him differently. You were happy with your body 24 hours ago. Everyone else seemed to not react negatively to your body. Then this guy comes along. There are partners out there that will love you for exactly what you are, and they can also be respectful. He is neither of those things. Okay, so I have kind of saggy boobs. Bell, shaped for a nicer term. I have brought up that I feel self-conscious about them to my boyfriend, and you know what he did? Made me feel awesome by telling me everything he absolutely loves about them, not what he hates about them. He knows that they sag, he's not blind, but he knows better than to say something rude about something so sensitive. He loves them because I come with them. He is an absolute idiot. This is something you will play in your head over and over and over for years to come. He has no idea what a huge mistake he just made. Seriously, dump him. Find a man who loves all of you and would never call you unappealing in any way. Break up with him. Heart. Personally, I couldn't be with someone who would make such comments on my body even if he was drunk. People of Reddit, if someone says this kind of shit to you, in the year of our Satan 2022, we tell them to fuck off. All boobs are awesome. We don't have time for this bullhell. The fact that he elaborated on is the kicker for me. What an asshat. My BF's friend cheated on his girlfriend, but my boyfriend doesn't want to snitch. My boyfriend, 28, and I, 27, have been in a relationship for 4 years. In the 4 years, everything between the both of us have been lovely. Most of my BF's friends are OG friends whom he has known for more than a decade. One of them cheated on his partner. I overheard he having this conversation with the said friend. I don't know who the friend is, but my boyfriend doesn't want to tell his friend's GF. His logic is that since he doesn't know her, he doesn't owe her this information, but he will tell her if his friend does it again, which his friend has promised to never do it again as this was a one-time slip-up. To be honest, I am a little disgusted by him and I do think he should tell her. I say this because if any of my friends cheated on their husbands, I would 100% snitch because I know them and they are very good and kind people. I asked him if was scared of snitching because he feared that his friend might snitch at him. I only said this as a joke, but he said no one has anything on him to snitch about. I am very uncomfortable for some reason now and I don't know how to get him to be a good person here. I love him, but I feel like it is risky to be with someone that enables cheating. Advice? Things like this can go one of two ways. The partner is grateful and things end, or they both get mad and you bear the brunt of that anger. I told my friend something similar. She hit him up about it. He lied. She of course believed her fiancé because well she loved him. I got dragged out for it and so did my partner. We didn't care. Whatever, it's your prerogative. When they finally split, she was telling us all about something that happened and I'm not very good at acting shocked, so she realized I already knew and got mad because I didn't tell her. Like really, I did tell you. You choose not to believe me and got mad, so why would I do it again? I would totally do it again, but if they don't believe me then I'll only tell them once. But sometimes it's better to just stay out of it. Pay close attention. If your boyfriend is cheating on you, then you know to expect none of his friends to tell you. I see it as conflicting values. You value honesty, your boyfriend values loyalty. Honesty is sharing the truth even if it hurts someone you care about. He wants to protect his friend even if it means hiding the truth. I guess you have to decide what value you want more in a partner. I wonder if, on some level, the friend confessed to your boyfriend because he knows he's too weak to do the right thing and he's hoping the truth coming out some other way will be less painful or directly impactful on him. Keeping a dark secret is incredibly hard, but if you can drag in a couple friends to share the load, it's easier. It's very noble and easy for you to say, "I'd snitch on my friends," when it's not actually happening to you. There's two sides to friendship and loyalty, helping to write a paper and helping to move a body, if you get my drift. Now I'd actually agree with you that he probably should tell her, however he's not wrong about not owing her if he doesn't know her. It's not his business, nor yours, so he's not obliged to get involved. These are the two ways to look at situations like this. I don't think one is necessarily right or wrong. Often it's the messenger who gets hated and punished, and not even believed, so I would understand if he said he wanted to stay out of the mess. But yes, he should have sympathy for strangers, too. How to tell a friend, F, 26, that she can't bring her fiancé's siblings over for dinner. I'll try to keep it short. My husband, M, 27, and I, F, 27, invited my friend and her fiancé, M, 27, to our apartment for dinner a few weeks back, with dinner itself being scheduled for this coming Sunday. Suddenly, yesterday night she texted me asking if it'd be okay if her fiancé's siblings, M and F, mid-20s, also came along. I'll be honest, I was caught off guard as neither I nor my husband have ever met his sibling before and a little perplexed. His sibling live in the same city as we do, so it's not like they are visiting my friend and her fiancé from out of town or anything, In that case I would be more understanding of them not wanting to leave the sibling to their own devices and to bring them along. To be completely honest, I don't want them to bring her fiance's siblings, mostly because I've never met them and I really don't enjoy the idea of meeting someone for the first time in my own home. My issue is that the way her text is phrased, she doesn't expect me to say, "No, I'd rather you didn't bring them." So here I am asking for advice on the most polite way to say just that. I recognize by the way that it might cause some issues, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Just say, "Sorry, I would love to meet them, but I was only planning for the 4 of us and would like to keep it to us. If you need to do something with them instead, we can just reschedule. We really are looking forward to dinner with just the 2 of you. Maybe we can go out sometime for dinner and include his siblings." "No, I plan to keep the dinner to just the 4 of us." "No, not this time." "No, but if you'd like to introduce us, let's look at some future dates." "Not this time, that won't work for us. But we could plan for an evening out for the 6 of us another night. If you can't make it Sunday, I understand." How utterly gauche. Tell them you've prepared and purchased for only 4 people. I can sometimes have anxiety over meeting new people, and getting ambushed with things like that can make me uncomfortable lol. I usually try and power through and look at it as a growing moment lol. If you can share exactly what your friend said, we, Redditors, can probably curate something more specific. But in the meantime, maybe you can say, "Hi friend, my husband and I were hoping to have a more intimate dinner with just the 2 of you this Sunday. Maybe we can plan something in the near future for all of us meet and do something fun together.